बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम अस्सलाम वालेकुम डियर स्टूडेंट्स। उम्मीद है आप सब लोग खुश होंगे और ठीक होंगे। लेट्स वी स्टार्ट न्यू चैप्टर फार्मास्यूटिकल इनकम्पैटिबिलिटीज। दिस इज last chapter according to our syllabus of Pharmacy Council of Pakistan. Let's we start. What is the pharmaceutical incompatibilities? Pharmaceutical incompatibilities, when we define, that is a problem arises during the pharmaceutical compounding of two or more substances because of their therapeutic, physical, or chemical properties. The substances are said to be incompatible. Incompatibility is the result of mixing mere, uh, two or more antagonistic substances and is detected by changes in physical and chemical or therapeutic qualities. It may affect the safety, efficacy, and appearance of a medicine. A prescription is considered to possess an incompatibility when the combination of its ingredients adversely affects the appearance, elegance, safety, or therapeutic efficacy. So, these definitions we can says about incompatibilities in the prescription or in the pharmaceutical compounding of two or more substances and in mixing of two or more antagonistic substances. So, incompatibility can be detected in every step of the compounding or in prescription we can detect the incompatibility. So we can classify incompatibilities. In general we can say there are two types of incompatibilities. Number one, minor incompatibilities. Number two, major incompatibilities. Minor incompatibilities which do not harm or which can be easily avoided. So there is no problem about minor incompatibilities. And major incompatibilities which should not be dispensed. dispensed. Major incompatibilities that we not dispensed. And incompatibilities can be classified into three clauses: physical incompatibility, chemical incompatibilities, therapeutic incompatibilities. So, these three main categories can be uh, uh, classified the incompatibilities. So, we are discussing therapeutic incompatibilities. What is therapeutic incompatibilities? Undesirable pharmacological interactions between two or more ingredients that's, that leads to potentiation of each other's therapeutic effect, destruction of effectiveness of any ingredient, occurrence of toxic manifestations within the patients. So these 3 points can be uh, said in pharmacological interactions. So, therapeutic incompatibilities arises when a drug error, dosage error, or a dosage form error is made either by the physician in prescribing or by pharmacist in counseling, prescription, handling, or compounding. This This type of incompatibility is done by both physician or pharmacist. Physician in prescribing and pharmacist in counseling, prescription handling, or compounding. So, uh, there is incompatibility, drug error, therapeutic incompatibility, drug error. Drug error can be made either by physician or by the pharmacist. It can be made by both of the medical uh, physician or the by the pharmacist. It can be due to writing or speaking error by physician in the verbal or non-verbal prescription, reading or hearing error by the pharmacist in prescription handling. If pharmacist does not have clear about the drug, he can dispense another drug on the side of that drug. So this can be done by a pharmacist or physician. Example: such problems tend to arise with incorrect drug due to trademark or nomenclature error, such like that a brand name is Alphalin, Alphylene. The the names there are trademark names or nomenclature just like similar. The the example alpha-lin it is a mineral supplement, and alpha-lin is a vitamin A product, only vitamin A product. Alpha-lin, L-phylline, a diuretic. There are a big difference in uh, these medicines. So these errors can be done by physician and pharmacist. So this is meant incompatibility. Then therapeutic incompatibility is in contraindicated drugs. What are contraindicated drugs? Uh, incompatibility. So in this, pharmacist should take history before dispensing the drug to the patient, so that he must be aware of any sort of drug interaction. He avoid dispensing a drug which undergo renal clearance to a patient with renal insufficiency. He avoid dispensing a drug which mainly undergo hepatic metabolism to a patient with liver dysfunctioning. He avoid dispensing morphine to an asthmatic patient. He avoid dispensing vasoconstrictor to a hypersensitive patient. So these drugs are contraindicated in these symptoms, these conditions. So that's why the pharmacist should take history before dispensing the drug to the patient. That is why create the incompatibilities, therapeutic incompatibilities. There is another therapeutic incompatibility, that is dosage form error. So there are the errors which occurs due to if the physician has asked to compound topical product and pharmacist compounded an oral product. This is dosage form error. If topical product is swallowed by the patient, then also a dosage form error. If skin dosages or instilled into eyes, nose, or ears. If auxiliary label is not mentioned on the final compounded product, this is made therapeutic incompatibility in dosage formula. So, and other error in therapeutic incompatibility is dosage error. If there is an error in dosage requirement, how to take, when to take, how much to take, how long to take, these are main indications, main instructions to the patient by pharmacist. Overdosage, excessive single dosage because of decimal errors. It occurs if the doctor wrote it wrong or pharmacist read it in wrong way. Then excessive daily dose. Suppose doctor has to write after every 4 hours, but mistakenly he wrote after every 1 hour. Then by this error, the patient will receive overdosage of the medicament. This is the very a serious condition when overdosage of the any medicament is taken by the patient. Addictive or synergistic combination. Two drugs may have such relation that when they are administered together leads to more intense effect. Example, morphine with barbiturates produce intense CNS depressant action. These are about therapeutic uh, incompatibilities. In dosage error, another point is antagonistic combinations. Two drugs may have such relations leads to underdosage to the patient. Example, the reduction of the anticoagulant effect of warfarin when an agent that accelerates its hepatic metabolism, such as phenobarbital. In case of emulsion or suspension, if patients forget to shake in the preparation before usage, leads to unequal dosage to user, and it is instructed by the pharmacist in in emulsions and suspension to shake well before use. If patient not shaking while or not shaking, then unequal dosage goes to user. Then we comes on physical incompatibilities. Physical incompatibilities are those incompatibilities which the physical properties of ingredients produce a mixture unacceptable in appearance or results in accuracy of dosage. Physical incompatibilities can arise due to following reasons. These are three main points by which physical incompatibility can be detected. Insolubility, liquefaction, immiscibility. These three points can be checked by the pharmacist. And first of all, insolubility, incomplete solution. A drug is insoluble in the solution, then there is not a good solution, and this is the incomplete solution. Incomplete solution. Addition of wrong solvents, e.g., gum, alcohol, silicon, water. Amount of solvent is insufficient. Where sometimes solvent is not sufficient to the uh, solution, the, then insolubility occurs. For example, in liquid preparations containing indiffusible solids such as chalk, aromatic chalk, powder, succinyl sulfur, thiazole, and sulfur diamidine in mixture, and calamine and zinc oxide in lotion. Thickening agent is necessary to obtain an elegant product from which uniform dose can be removed. As we some uh, products, dosage forms made by in lab. So you can observe the, their incompatibilities of physical incompatibilities. Phys- Insoluble powders, e.g., sulfur, certain corticosteroids, and antibiotics are difficult to wet with water. Wetting agents are used. Example saponins for sulfur continuing lotions, polysorbates for parental suspensions of corticosteroids, and antibiotics. The deflocculating action of excess surface active agent may be cause killing. This may be controlled by reducing the surfactant concentration. With in insolubility, potent insoluble drugs are converted into salt form. Example, an alkaloidal salt for an alkaloids, sodium salt of barbiturates for the corresponding free compound. Constituents of alcoholic vegetable extract may precipitate. When a resinous tincture is added to water, the insoluble resin agglomerates, forming indivisible clots. These points are in insolubility. Then liquefaction, when low melting point solids are powdered together with high melting point solids, a liquid or soft mass is produced due to lowering of melting point of the mixture to below room temperature. Example, among the medicaments exhibiting this behavior or any pair of the following: camphor, menthol, phenol, thymol, and chloral hydrate, sodium salicylate, or aspirin with phenazone. Physical immiscibility. Meant uh, incompatibility occurs between two liquids ingredients. Oil, which oils mixed oil in water emulsion, emulsification or solubilization. Concentrated hydrophilic solutions of volatile oils such as spirits and concentrated water used as adjuncts. For example, flavoring agents in aqueous preparations are either gradually diluted with the vehicle before admixture with the remaining ingredients or poured slowly into vehicle with constant stirring. Addition of high concentration of electrolytes mixture in which vehicle is a saturated aqueous solution of volatile oil causes the oil to separate and collect as an unsightly surface layer. Example, potassium citrate mixture in which the large quantity of soluble solid sorts out the lemon oil and disperse this evenly. Qualia tincture is added as suspending agent or emulsifying agents. These points should be uh, care about uh, in physical incompatibilities. And these three points in the next lecture, inshallah, we take put forward about incompatibilities. So take care. If any question you have, please you can ask from me anytime. I'm available. So this is all about incompatibilities, and we will continue this topic in the next lecture.